This is Codec. Codec is an audio plugin for doing modern degradation. Codec essentially acts as a bit crushing effect, but what sets Codec apart from traditional bit crushers is that more standard bit crushers work by just limiting the possible amplitudes that your audio samples can be at. And as the crush effect increases in these, the number of positions gets decreased until ultimately the only sound that the crusher can make is a sort of square wave, or pulse wave, where you can only have your audio's amplitude at 0 or 1. Codec, however, does things a lot differently in this case. What Codec is essentially doing is that it treats an audio codec intended for doing real-time audio transmission over the internet, and it uses it as an effect. It's actually the same codec that Discord uses for transmitting voice data. So, when you're adjusting the bitrate knob here, you are actually adjusting the amount of bits that get encoded into a short packet of audio that then gets decoded right back into the plugin and is sent through your DAW. Additionally, since the audio is being fed through a series of packets, you can also use the loss knob here to control how many of them actually get through. You can use this to simulate what a broken internet connection might sound like, and you can adjust the loss pattern as well. These random and smooth methods here change the pattern of loss, while the repeat mode replaces lost packets with the last packet that did come through. If you listen closely in that recording, you will notice that as the bitrate changes, there is what sounds like a low-pass filter being adjusted to remove the high end of the audio at lower bit rates. This is done automatically by the internal audio codec to remove the harsh artifacts that come with the lower bit rates. You can override this, however, with the bandwidth control here, which can either change automatically or you can peg it to a certain bandwidth cutoff. Codec also has a crunch feature, which adds a bunch of volume to a specific area of the frequency spectrum, and an inverse filtering operation occurs after the encoding and decoding has been done, so you can get the distortion artifacts without actually increasing any overall loudness. You can control the center frequency of the crunch effect, the bandwidth, and of course the amplitude. Finally, Codec features an additional operating mode. This can be toggled with the switch right here. By default, Codec operates in voice mode, and this switch changes it to music mode. The internal encoders and decoders need to be reset when making this change, so it's the only thing that can't be automated in Codec. Thank you.